set to go. Younghoe Koo ready to do the honors. And off we go on EA Sports. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. Oh, he's got some breathing room. There he goes, right side. Past the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. We thought they may be a quick strike offense this season. That is lightning quick. Not bad for the first drive of the year.
That has to actually exceed expectations, doesn't it? Because most teams want to be a quick strike offense. They want to score as quickly as possible and run a defense into submission. What they have to understand is, while they got it done there, long way to go. Don't get discouraged if you have to run a few more plays on your next drive.
Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. From out of his end zone, it's Avery Williams. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Falcons 1st and 10 here as Ritter gets them ready at their own 15. Now Patterson to start the drive. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Yellow, go!
On 2nd down, a run with Patterson. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Black shot.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's taken down here by the Saints. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. Now a man who did his collegiate punting just a couple hours from here in Clemson in South Carolina, Bradley Pinion to kick. That's pulled in at the 32. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And some space here. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara already already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0.
14, Falcons, nothing. Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early? Or that's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid.
Touchdown, New Orleans! Alvin Kamara with career touchdown number 70. And the Saints are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now 21-0.
The score is Saints 21, Falcons nothing. Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
On the double.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Now a good job shifting right, finding his target. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a first down.
Wait. Ready?
Looking to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Well, if there is a certainty in this game, we know that wherever he goes, he's going to draw a big-time crowd.
Throws into double coverage there, and look, that's something that he's going to have to deal with a lot in this game, I'm sure.
Yeah, they were lucky to get away with that one where it just fell incomplete, but they're going to count on him to uncover latent routes and make some difficult catches.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all three phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick six.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Ready.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. And he's taken down back at his own 7. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Mega.
Third down, here's Patterson. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's fourth down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. But Charles, they're really stringing these possessions and scores together early. We're still in the first quarter, but if they can score again here, look out.
Yeah, and as you taught me when we're broadcasting games, one word we're supposed to avoid, and that's blowout. But that's exactly what's going on here. Down 3 possessions just the first quarter. That goes beyond any worst-case scenario we might have thought coming into this game. And another touchdown here, that should eliminate any hopes for any type of a comeback.
Looking to throw on second down. Strong. He's going to look deep down the field. He's got a man. Complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. And in 2 plays just like that, they're already operating in the red zone. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. This offense in mid-season form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Strong. And it's caught. The tight end Hill. Touchdown, Saints. Taysom Hill. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Saints continue to pull away here in this first half. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, pulling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right. Although expecting the 3rd round, Desmond Ridder was actually the 2nd quarterback drafted in 2022. Might not have that first-round label, but we saw him make plenty of first-round throws while at the University of Cincinnati. He's a quick thinker who reads defense as well, and with all he led the Bearcats to, the Falcons also know they picked up a proven winner.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. A nice throw right there, and these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The Saints say they have it, and they do.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. And he converts, and it cuts the lead to 35-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And great field position coming up as he gets this just shy of the 45, out of bounds at the 44.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Again, it's Kamara. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by Richie Graham. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Let's go.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Well, this is intercepted. They get Ritter for the 3rd time. Marcus May with a pick. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. To throw on second down. Strong. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. He completes it to Olave. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Here we go with Kamara. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. Alvin Kamara unable to push past that yellow line.
And as a running back, you've got to be saying, where did he come from? He covered a lot of ground in a short amount of time, and he was able to stop his man before he got back to the line of scrimmage.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. This one left side, caught by Patterson. And this will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Another completion there, and what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL start. And Charles, obviously they want him to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in this first month or so, what do you think they're hoping to see from him?
Well, for every question they'll have for him, they should have for themselves as a coaching staff, because it's not just how quickly can he learn the offense, it's what they can teach him, right? How can he build a relationship with his receivers? And, of course, how open is he to learning? And, of course, how open are they to giving him things that he can put in place on the field?
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Boy, 179 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Off play action. Strong. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Oh, he brings it in off the deflection. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. They'll look to throw again. Back to Kamara for another catch. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another 1st down. Hard to believe this guy was watching us from his living room last week. Now he's under center here for an NFL team.
And not many teams were in the market to sign him, but you have to believe that this team felt like we saw something previously in this guy, and now he has a chance to prove it with us.
And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Arnold Ebiketie, that is one that he will remember. His first career sack in his first career game in the National Football League. A final shot before break. Strong. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Got his man. It's London. And he is going to have a Falcons first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game, has his team right at the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1. And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. There he goes left side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
Okay, right.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outline. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Red, cycle.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And now here is another interception. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Strong. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, the only silver lining on the other sideline, CD, is that they kept him out of the end zone, but still, that's another 3 points added on to this large lead.
Yeah, no shortage of scoring or big plays on defense in this one. And even up by 4 possessions, still finding ways to create opportunities and capitalize with points.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Black shot. Red, yellow. White. Ready?
Now back to throw. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Cameron Jordan in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game, facing a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Straight ahead, Patterson. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. 3 yards on the gain. They're going to need to do better on this next play. It'll be 3rd and 12.
We're just looking at the scoreboard and where we're at in the third quarter. I don't know that it's going to matter much at this point, CD, but these small runs on the ground, they're not going to get it done.
No, they're not. And right now, the guys stopping the run.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
And the Saints will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air, it's going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
Washington's got it. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Strong. Short completion, just 4 yards. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
Well, that was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Olave holds it in. And he'll be brought down at what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker.
And the Falcons are going to take possession here at their own 33.
That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And now here is another interception. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, 38 yards. And the Saints are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Lutz good on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week one because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. Now, defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy is on the field.
And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for second down. Back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. So that a nice throw, but it hasn't really turned out to be the grand debut that many had hoped for. His team's down double digits. So what have you seen, CD?
About what I expected, really, because for a young...
Blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to fourth down.
And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has, but in his defense... He hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah. He needs better protection, that's for sure. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And my goodness, another interception. Marcus May with a pick. And the Saints are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on fourth down. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. D'Angelo Malone. That is one that he will remember. His first career sack in his first career game in the National Football League. The offense on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Looking to throw. Strong. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. This is taken at the 23. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10.
Ready?
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Here we go.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Ready?
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Yeah, they string that play out nicely. He stopped before he could turn upfield. No gain, 2nd down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 183 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
1st down, New Orleans.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a